What's going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and I'm out here in the heart of Manila in the Philippines. You can see how busy it is and crowded. I'm out here by Recto, the last stop in the LRT, and I'm gonna be hitting a couple of spots out in the older part of Manila. You know, I think it's when a lot of people come to the Philippines, they usually skip Manila. I'm gonna walk over this way, but I'm here to prove you that there's a lot of things to see in the city. It could be busy, it could be chaotic, but it has a lot of beauty too, and the people are just awesome out here. Wow, this is insanity out here. I gotta make it towards the other side. This is the LRT1. I think it's kind of raining a little bit too. You can see the crazy traffic jam out here of people. But there's a lot of history with this city. You know, it got the oldest Chinatown in the world, which is called Binondo. There's also like a lot of markets out here. Thank you. A lot of markets out here, you know. And a lot of metro areas, you know, the metro part of Manila has a lot of municipalities with skyscrapers and everything. But we're gonna explore like the older parts. So I'm probably gonna hit Binondo, then Quiapo, and then probably make it towards the Pasig River Esplanade and head towards Intramuros, which is an old area that has a lot of old historic Spanish architecture. So without further ado, join me. Over here you see what's going on. You know, you usually got this over here. Like I've mentioned many times in my previous videos of the Philippines, I like how they got the ceiling over here, because if it's super hot or if it's raining, you get protected. It's not hot now, but this is rainy season. It was raining really hard today. But I'm coming now to make a video because it's not supposed to rain during the rest of the evening. And I don't know if it's gonna be raining for the next days. I think there's a typhoon coming too. So I'm trying to do my best to make a video out here today, just in case if I gotta stay sheltered in the house. And like I mentioned in my previous video, if you missed it, I'm gonna be based out here in the Philippines and traveling all over the Philippines and traveling other regions of Southeast Asia and East Asia. So I'm gonna try my best to do content around the Manila area and other provinces and beautiful parts of this beautiful country that I love so much. We got the iconic tricycles. I ain't gonna lie, this is kind of giving me vibes of Roosevelt Avenue in Queens, New York, or even Bushwick, Brooklyn. Like, they got the train that passes over here, and then benders, but I think there used to be like more benders over here. I'm not sure if they cleaned this up. There's a motorbike behind me, but yeah, for my safety, I'm just gonna walk around here. There's a Mang Inasal also ahead of me, you know, so a lot to see around here. You know, you never get bored of this city. This is also one of the most densely populated cities in the whole world, so it explains you that no matter where you go.
What's up, bro?
Oh, I like that, man.
Nice to see you. What's your name?
I'm Manny. Manny, let me check your ass. Oh, yeah, that's so dope. Are you an artist?
Yeah.
Tattoo artist from the Philippines?
No, I'm a
Oh, you doing massage? That's good, man. It's nice to meet you.
Enjoy your day and have a nice day.
What's that?
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. You too, man. Got it. Over here, they got benders, you know, on the first level. They sell everything out here, you know, all types of products. I'm trying to trace where I'm at. Oh, they're giving massages out here too. I might try one of those. They look good. And this is the iconic jeepney right here. So, and I'm walking this street. This street over here should connect me towards Omping Street. So, you know, I covered this area like a couple of times. But I'm gonna show you the beautiful old historic Binondo, which is the oldest Chinatown in the world. And that's something that makes Manila, you know, unique. A lot of diversity happening out here. So you can see how busy some of the regular streets out here. But here I remember it clearly. It's pretty busy out here. Then we got a beautiful cathedral. You know, there's a lot of beautiful churches all over the Philippines in a circle. It's not hot, but it's really humid. Someone want to say hi? Say hi. What's up? Shout out. I'm good, bro.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? Say shout out. Oh, I like your hair, man.
How you doing, huh?
I like your hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
My
mixed?
name is Jack.
Jack?
Yeah.
Jack?
And my surname is Cole.
Cole?
Jack Cole.
Jack Cole, what's your name, man?
RP.
IP?
RP.
Oh, that's a cool name, man. You got it, man. Take care. Thank you. I'll remember your name. Jack Cole, like J. Cole, Jack Cole. That's okay. Got it. Jack Cole. I got it, man. Funny characters out here in the Philippines, man. I haven't even got to my destination and people are so friendly. Where the hell am I going? Oh yeah, I was trying to make it towards Omping Street, but I got distracted with my boy Jack Cole. Remember his name, Jack Cole. So I remember it by J. Cole, but Jack Cole. He got the curly hair and stuff like that. Before I head towards Omping Street, I want to show you like the architecture over here. That's beautiful. So here we got this beautiful church over here. Now I'm going to show you some of the architecture on the other side. I mentioned that it's not hot, but it's humid. And I think the rain is literally making it more humid now. So I'm starting to feel the sweat going on, but we got some work to do out here. I think the sunset only falls like in another 2 hours comparing to New York. So I gotta walk as fast as I can to try to show you, everything that's going on over here in the Philippines. So, here's what I'll tell you, the architecture is just beautiful. Like this and this, I see a lot of potential. Like if they would renovate this building, maybe put some cobblestones in the streets, this city will be killing it. Let's make it towards Omping Street by Binondo to see what's going on. I already see the arch over there, so it'll be a little challenge for me to cross the streets. Bringing me some vibes when I was in Vietnam, But then this is Omping Street over here. Like I say, this is the oldest Chinatown in the whole world. Binondo, this is like the main street. Like in New York, we got Canal Street over here. We got Omping Street. And then you can see like the arches over here. And then they got jewelry and stuff. Once I pass the other side by the river, it's where they got all the beautiful restaurants out there. And they're doing like some renovations like ahead of me too. So I'm gonna cross over this way. So they're doing some renovations out here. There's a tower over here. I think it's like a condo. Not sure they're building like something here to my left side. But like I said, it's gonna get pretty much more interesting like ahead of me. Today, I forgot what day it is. I think today is a Monday, so it doesn't look like that busy. But maybe most of the people that focus like with the food areas, they got like a lot of cool street food, some restaurants that have been there for generations. So if you guys are like a foodie person, I recommend that you come here to Binondo. And later we're gonna make it towards Quiapo by Street. And over there you're gonna see like tons of street foods over there. That's pretty good. And so some of the areas, you can see the spaghetti wires out here. Every street here is pretty worth, to look at. Pretty tight streets, but it's really cool. Here ahead of me is where it's getting busy. You can start seeing street vendors, but I gotta watch it here because the streets are a little bit tight and you're sharing it with the cars and the tricycle. But it's gonna be more bustling, like within a block or two ahead of me. You see, selling fruits out here. Some of them sell street foods too. And the street actually keeps going, and you see how they build the high-rise condos. So there's always people working out here no matter what. Then over here, whoops, sorry, we dance. Then over here is Shanghai Xiao Bao. I think it's pretty famous out here. And they got the aunties there, they make it. There's another joint here called Fried Xiao Bao. So they got a lot of Xiao Bao over here if you're a fan of that. But once we pass the river, the street does like a curve, and there's some pretty interesting restaurants ahead, And like I say, this is like the old part of Manila, so a lot of buildings are old. But now I'm noticing this building, Power Max Center. Looks like it's new. And they got more over that way, a hotel. But if you keep going, it's still Omping Street. Like I say, tons of streets out in Manila are pretty interesting to look at. Not just the architecture, but the characters and the people that you meet. The friendliness of the people is what made this country awesome out here. So I literally crossed the river or the canal now. This is where it gets interesting in this area. Like over here you see, wow, they're already setting it up for Chinese New Year, but that doesn't happen until like January or February. But we got more to see over here. There's gonna be a cathedral, like a couple of blocks in the corner. Then they got like a modern side of Chinatown where they got a couple of malls. So I might go there to cool myself up a little bit. Then you see how they're building like the condos over here. So no matter where you go in Manila, they're developing. There's always some construction or some action happening out here. There's another art that's called Welcome to Chinatown, and then over there is where you're gonna see a couple of restaurants that are pretty famous and people queue up to get some food. And today's not too busy really. There are times where you see more people. But usually when they do the Chinese New Year celebration is where you see it crowded. This place is legit. It's called Mr. Ube, so they got fries. They got here rice and noodles, nice. And they got some skewers out here. Well, I'm not sure what she was making, but it looked pretty interesting. And there should be more like ahead of me. I tell you, I got so spoiled with the nice weather in New York that now this is like a little bit hot for me. But I know my body's gonna adjust. You see your body adjust when the weather be changing out here. So this is like a noodle joint I ate here like a year or 2 years ago. It was actually pretty good. Right now it's not busy, but if you come like in the evening on dinner time, the lines are pretty long for people to get in. Then they got like a tuk-tuk, a rickshaw for you to get around. And there's a spot here that's pretty famous too. Doesn't look busy today, but sometimes I'll see like a lot of people trying to get in here. It's called NB10. It's like a Chinese deli. So I guess it's still like a lot of Chinese products, moon cakes, and all those joints if you guys are like a fan of that. So, and then ahead of me should be the cathedral. This is the minor basilica, well, but they got tons of cathedrals out here. Wait until I make it towards Quiapo so you can see the cathedral. It's gonna be crowded with a lot of people out here. This is called the Binondo Church. Oh, it's actually open. People can get their prayers, and then over here is a busy street. Like I told you, not only is one of the most densely populated cities, but it has some of the top 10 worst traffic jams in the whole world, Manila, especially if you go through EDSA. So now I'm walking in this area. It seems like they put up a new building, I'm not sure. Well, I never seen it from this angle, but there's like a little billboard over here with neon lights. Like over here, you see it? I guess in the nighttime it's pretty nice. It's a pedestrian over here for me to walk. And then the mall should be over this way. So here's a modern mall. Lucky Chinatown. They also have like a pedestrian area in the other side. So I'm just gonna show you up a little bit. And this is like the modern area over here. Lucky Chinatown. So a little bit of what's going on. But now I'm thinking I'm just gonna make it towards the other side, towards Quiapo Street, but this is the busy area in Quiapo. So you can see all the action of what's going on over there. Street vendors, the crowds, all the international food that they got there right by the cathedral. So let's make it towards that way. What I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna cross the bridge towards the Esplanade, the Pasig River Esplanade. And then it's gonna get dark a little bit early, so I'm gonna walk towards Quiapo Street at the end. Because I feel like it gets actually nicer like in the evening. I've only been there in the daytime, so I wanna film like when it gets dark to see what are the vibes over there. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be really cool. So let's do that. Let's head over to the other side to see what can we find out here. So you can see heavy traffic jam out here. This is still part of Binondo. It's starting to drizzle a little bit too, but I got my umbrella with me. Thanks to my stepson, he got it for me. It's actually a good quality umbrella. It's a good quality umbrella, I guess. You know, it's small like this, but when you open it, it's actually pretty big and strong, and it doesn't flip upside down like many other umbrellas that I bought actually in New York City. It's actually cheaper than the ones I bought there, so anything outside the US is much more affordable and cheaper. So let's make it towards the other side to see, you know, what's going on. You know, here they're gonna build something, not sure if it's like a condo, you know, because they're developing everything. And then there should be a bridge ahead of me. So let's make it towards the other side. So here's the main arch. In the nighttime it lights up, but I'm gonna cross the bridge ahead of me because they decorated pretty nice. I don't think it's gonna be busy because it's raining in this daytime, but in the nighttime this place comes out to life. I already filmed a video over here if you guys wanna check it out, like last year during the nighttime, and it's actually beautiful how they developed this waterfront out here. Look how heavy the water is going. Wow, because it's been raining every day, you know? I think it's that rainy typhoon season. This is just insanity. Wow, it's going pretty hard, the water. So that tide is actually running pretty fast, you know, because a lot of places in Manila, they get, you know, flooded with the water, and there's been a couple of issues going on, you know, but I'm just gonna focus on the positive and all the beauty that this country has to offer. And it's being, you know, I'm being a doctor here. They treat me like one of their own. But I'm gonna show you a little bit of the Esplanade. It's pretty quiet right now. Like I say, when the weather is nice and in the nighttime, it comes out to life. Like they turn on these lights and they beautify the area, pretty beautiful. And this is the Esplanade. Like I say, it's literally nobody, maybe like a few people out here. But the weather's just, you know, the weather's a little bit sucking a little bit. The weather sucks a little bit, so. But in the nighttime, they light this up and it's pretty beautiful, so. A few more attractions in my back. They set up like street food, there's markets and everything, you know. I'm gonna separate that for another video, probably for my social media, but now I'm just gonna make it towards the other side, because they extended this all the way onto Intramuros. But then I'm noticing some pretty interesting things over here. Oh, like, look at this, I don't even remember the water was around here. It's pretty close. Hopefully it's not flooded down here. Okay, this is where the main area is, all the attractions. That's where they got the street food and everything. It's giving me a little vibe of Chicago, the Riverwalk, and San Antonio. I haven't been to San Antonio, but they're giving me that vibe. So shout out to my boy Jair. pretty sure he's watching this video, and check out his channel. He really got good content out in San Antonio. So I'm kind of thinking about him now that I'm walking around here by this waterfront. There's a little bit more action here. You can see how they got the cobblestones. It's actually nicer here. People taking their pictures. There's some food stalls and stuff out here. So they got some stuff out here. It's a perfect spot for you to come out and drink your coffee and just chill out here. Like I said, so the weather is not really much happening. You can enjoy the old historic district of Manila. It's an old city rich in history, you know. Now I'm kind of approaching the Intramuros area where they got a beautiful Spanish colonial architecture that's like heavy Spanish influences in the Philippines. So thing here, Centenario de la Expedición Marítimo México-Filipinas. So 1564, 1964. Then they're renovating an old building. I wonder if I can connect to Intramuros from down this way. So here we are entering Intramuros, and look at the beautiful architecture we got going on. It's pretty nice. And now they build a pedestrian area that connects you like the entire district. And in the nighttime, they lit it up, you know. I'm eventually gonna bring my fiance over here to walk in the nighttime. She's from here, from the Philippines. One of the main reasons why I'm out here in this country. But yeah, I'm excited to see what has been happening since the last time I came here to Intramuros. And like I said many times, this area makes me feel like if I'm back home in Puerto Rico. Like the same type of Spanish architecture. Like if I'm in San Juan, you know, got a little bit of similarities. Also reminds me when I was in Vigan. Vigan is a town like 9 hours from here in Luzon. I made a video over there, and it's a really beautiful town. One of my favorite towns out in the Philippines, so I highly recommend that you guys check it out. Got a KFC, and then over here, Chow King, surrounded by the beautiful architecture. Then it's gonna be nice over this way, because where we got a cathedral. And look at this building. Seems like they're renovating it. This building reminds me a little bit of the downtown area in Ponce, Puerto Rico too. They got a building just like this, but another color. Right now it's pretty quiet because due to the crazy weather, you know, that we got, but that's not gonna stop me from exploring. Then you got the beautiful cathedral out here. So this is the Minor Basilica and Metropolitan Cathedral out here in the heart of Manila. And we got a cat right here in the middle of the street. Like I say, if you love cats, you will love the Philippines out here. So I'm not gonna walk the whole thing. I'm just gonna show you a little portion of Intramuros because I covered it already, and I wanna head back towards Quiapo to see how it is in the evening or in the nighttime. But they really beautified this area, turning it pedestrian out here. So here you see, this is what they did. They took this area, they pedestrianized it, and now you can walk this whole area of Intramuros, connecting it to the other side, you know. I think this block is gonna be some beautiful looking architectures. So I'll make it a block or two, and then I turn back and head back towards Quiapo and wrap up the video over there. It seems like the more it drizzles, the more humid it gets, man. I don't know if you can see my face, how sweaty it is. Maybe you don't see much, but it is getting humid out here. That's part when you are in the tropics out here, you know. See a little bit, and then they got some lights out here. So yeah, this looks like a good hangout spot in the evening or in the nighttime, you know. And then like in this corner, you're gonna see some pretty interesting architecture. Even in Vigan, they got some spots like this. I think also I saw a building like this in Marikina, which is a very clean city in the metro part of Manila. But yeah, if I would tell you that I'm in Latin America, you guys probably would believe it, you know, with the cobblestones and architecture. But I think that's what makes Philippines unique from other Southeast Asian countries, that it brings like that Spanish colonial architecture over here, you know, and rich in history. And it kind of makes me feel like I'm back home because I grew up, you know, in the Latin culture back in the Caribbean. So over here, just look at this beauty right here. Wow, they really pedestrianized this area over here, the cobblestones. It's gorgeous. Oh wow, then the church has like the lights over there, so that's cute, that's cute. And this area is pretty gorgeous. Look at this beautiful church. And it's actually pretty interesting that they lit it up in the nighttime. I tell you, all over the Philippines, you're gonna see beautiful cathedrals. They really put a lot of details in the architecture over here. Like, look at this beautiful architecture. It's gorgeous, right? Look how beautiful this is. They really did a good work with the cobblestones out here. It's beautiful architecture that they got going on. We can actually walk inside there, I think. So like I say, in the nighttime, I think it gets really nice here. It's starting to get dark already, but yeah. This is a really good spot. These are one of the reasons why I think you should not skip Manila. Because because it's rich in history. You know, a lot of people, they like jumping straight into the beach, the islands, the mountains, which is also awesome and highly recommend if you come to the Philippines. But the capital also has this unique beauty and a lot of cool things for you to explore. You know, most of the times when you land in the Philippines, it's most likely going to be landing in the Manila area airport. So I think it's good that you spend a couple of days out here and then make your way throughout the islands or other areas that you want to explore. But yeah, a lot to see around here, you know. And I don't think I walked this area before, but they got a couple of businesses out here. I'm just trying to make it towards the park area and we'll go back to where I came so I can head towards Quiapo. But yeah, Intramuros is not really a big neighborhood, but you know, it's pretty nice to walk around. You know, it's pretty walkable, and like I said, the architecture is pretty beautiful and top notch. Even over here in the corner, I see some nice looking buildings. Like this one, see this architecture, beautiful pink building right here. I'm just gonna make it back towards the Binondo area and walk towards the main street, Quiapo Street, by Quiapo, see what's going on over there, the vibes, and then we call it a night for today. It's been an awesome evening out in Manila, you know, always full of surprises. Now it's getting dark early. You can see how the lights are popping up. It's not even 6 o'clock yet, but it gets dark early here in the Philippines. Maybe the next block is where I'm gonna make a right. So for a few blocks from me, it should be Recto, and then the other side, you know, usually Recto is where the LRT line passes by. The one line, then the other side is gonna be the bustling streets out in Quiapo. So I've always filmed it in the daytime, but I want to see what it is like in the dark. But it's only 5:50, but you can see how dark it's getting. It's actually darker than what you see in the screen. But you know, it is what it is out here in other countries. So, but we're about to make it towards the other side to see what's going on. You know, there's gonna be the craziest thing. Once I cross underneath on the other side of the LRT, that's where you're gonna see all the craziness. So I want to see what it looks like in the nighttime. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be nice with the lights and everything. So it doesn't seem too busy now. I guess they cleaned this up. Wow. This used to be really bustling with a lot of vendors over here. Like I wouldn't be bumping people to people unless they finish in the daytime. There is still a few things happening here, but not crazy. Over here you see what's going on. Usually you will be jam-packed with people out here. I guess in the corners they got a couple of markets, but they organized it a little bit better. And they got more over that side, so let's walk straight over here to see what's going on. Yeah, this used to be jam-packed, so I guess I don't know, I guess they try to clean it up a little bit. Last time I came here, it was packed, but it was in the daytime, so, but you know, you can find everything here from foods, vegetables. There's a market out here, you know, they sell a little bit of everything out here, so I'm gonna try to make it towards where the cathedral is to see what are the vibes out there. Yeah, I'm a little bit shocked though. I thought it was gonna be busier. And you see them, they're selling food. You know, Quiapo is pretty much known for its street food. A lot of people come here and they make blogs about eating street food. Also, Quiapo is pretty diverse, you know, because you got the Christian right here, and then there's another side of Quiapo where it's mostly Muslim. So, you know, there's a lot of Muslims out here in the Philippines, you know, so. But yeah, they should turn this like in cobblestones, and they're gonna make it pedestrian, you know, that would be like a good vibe. We got a couple of stores out here. But yeah, but nothing crazy, but at least I'll see what it looks like when it gets dark. Then the cathedral's right here ahead of me, so usually it gets busier during the cathedral area, and then you can shortcut in some of these streets over here. Maybe I'll walk around here a little bit to show you what's going on. So here's giving me a semi-Bible divisoria, like a little bit similar, you know. Like you see? What's up? Like you share with the motorbikes. Then they got sneakers out here. But it's not really that busy, actually, you know. What's up, man? Say, shout out.
Shout out sa ano ko. Mga tropa ko dyan.
Shout out. But yeah, it's not too busy out here today, so wow. Well, here's the cathedral, Quiapo Church. Usually over here is like the busier side, but today is not even that crazy either, so. But let's walk over this way towards my right to see what is the vibes out here. And then in the front is the area where a lot of people take pictures. So you see they still got the vendors, but it's not too busy. And they got like the ceiling on top of it, so you can find everything in the stalls, from street food, cell phone products, you know, anything that you need, you know, they sell them for a very affordable price. And then if you make it here towards the left, it's where you get the view of the front part of the architecture of Quiapo Church. My first time being around here when it's dark. It's not even that late. It's only like roughly 6 o'clock. And this over here is where it turns mostly like the Muslim area right here across from me, I think. But this is Quiapo Church right here. It's pretty nice in the nighttime, you know, they lit up the lights and everything, so it's actually pretty gorgeous. So pretty nice. And there's more over this side, this market. This will take me straight towards another market outside. This area is actually busier than the other side, than Carietto, so. And I see a mosque ahead of me at the end. But it's not usually crowded. Usually you'll be bumping people to people out here. But I really love walking around markets like this, you know. It's where you get to experience like the real culture, you know, and the vibes. But if it's far, one of my favorite markets or street food markets out in Manila is Tondo, which I filmed a video there last year. Really good food, you know, pretty affordable. So it's gonna do like a block over here and then go back towards the other side and wrap up my video. This is a mosque right here. Pretty nice. Look at the street food here. Wow, this is awesome. But it's too damn hot for me to be eating out there. Wow. And then they got clothes over here. I think that place is famous. I probably see it on social media like a TikTok. There's so much to see out here, you know. But I think I've covered everything here, just a few parts of Manila. There's so much to see out here. So I'm gonna start wrapping up my video. So I hope you guys just enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more videos out here. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.